Greetings. My name is Brian, and this is my whiskey channel, Whisky Uncorked. In 2019, I set out on a journey that has changed my life. I have fallen in love with whiskey from all over the world, ranging from my native spirits here in the United States to the British Isles, Asia, and beyond. I have discovered a passion that has fueled almost everything that I do, and after consuming hundreds and likely thousands of hours of whiskey content online, I feel like there is room for a slightly different approach to the whiskey and the content that we have grown to love. It's an approach that focuses first and foremost on the whiskey that is in the glass, and trying to explore where it belongs in the broader landscape of an ever-expanding whiskey universe. Once I get my bearings, we can focus on the great whiskey issues of our time, such as pricing, filtration methods, and regulations, and everything else that comes along with it. I want to discuss the issues that we see in the industry, how they compare globally, and ultimately what that means for the whiskey that we do buy and enjoy. However, the most important part of the conversation will be the whiskey in the glass. And also, who made it? And maybe more importantly, who is it for? The whiskey and the issues and debates amongst enthusiasts are inseparable. But do our opinions about these issues mean that the whiskey we choose to buy and drink is inherently better because our positions are well-intentioned and shared amongst a large group? Should we ignore whiskey that does not meet our definition of acceptable presentation? Does whiskey that is grossly and objectively overpriced just not exist? Now, there are reasons why I have decided to take this approach. Firstly, whiskey does not price itself. Whiskey does not chill filter or color itself, and whiskey is not even always beholden to the people who made it, as independent bottlers and blending houses present us with seemingly reputation-saving releases from iconic distilleries that seem to only care about profit margins and/or luxury branding. Now, are they wrong to do that? Is it utterly reprehensible that they do? Is it disrespectful to the people who poured their passion into making the whiskey? Or is it smart business? Do we have enough integrity whiskey that we shouldn't even care what these distilleries and their owners do with their products and how they market them? Quality, availability, value, and presentation are driving forces around the discussions happening in the whiskey enthusiast community. Some distillery owners care about what we think, and others could not care less. Do the distilleries who ignore us and the whiskey they make not affect us? Are they something else other than whiskey as we know it altogether? Do they actually produce ideas and personas or pieces of art rather than a drink? Is the whiskey they put on the shelves irrelevant to us and to the distilleries that we have come to respect as enthusiasts? Do investors and flippers matter to what we ultimately have on our shelves? And have scarcity and FOMO been weaponized by marketing departments? These are tough questions to answer. However, it often feels like the community has simplified its response by saying that no, these whiskeys and their distilleries are not relevant to me. Now, I'm not so sure, but at any rate, I have reached a point in my personal journey where I want to find out for myself. I want to have the conversations and ask the questions that I want answers to. And above all, I want to know what you think. Some answers may be simple for you in terms of informing your buying decisions, but I posit that you should still care about what is happening in the broader industry, maybe with a touch less cynicism, but what do I know? An example of a conversation I would like to have would be, is 5 or 6-year-old single malt Scotch the savior of the industry? Once, the general opinion online was that all of these new distilleries were, quote, good for their age, and now they are just seen as good or even great. Is that really true? Would we all be happy just to drink 6-year-old Scotch with no care in the world as to what a 15-year-old Ardnamurchan tastes like? Or if we talk about my side of the pond in the US, where have all the great bourbons gone? It feels like the days of truly legendary American whiskey is behind us, at least for anyone with a mortal bank account. Are we left to nitpick between annual batches that range from, it's okay, to this year's batch is pretty good, but you will never see one in a store for anything less than 3 to 5 times the regular retail price? Meanwhile, more and more distilleries are opening every single day, and we have to ask ourselves, how much mediocrity can we handle? So many questions for an industry forever in a state of change. Certainly, we cannot answer all of these questions overnight, and likely the debate will rage on regardless, but maybe we can find some peace of mind for ourselves. So, what can you expect from this channel? Well, for the time being, as I get things off the ground, I want to focus on setting a tone. Will there be some traditional whiskey reviews? Sure. They are popular and relatively easy to make, and I need practice making videos. However, long-term, this won't be the focus, at least as I plan it today. I also want to do some deep dives into what distilleries are actually capable of, regardless of how they want us to view them and what they actually put on the shelves as official bottlings. Comparisons and blind tastings are on the table as well. Op-eds and rants are possible too. And eventually, if you all keep coming back, I would like to begin making more long-form content and doing live streams to engage in conversations that can include a range of voices from, hopefully, all around the world. I don't want to be a preacher, but full disclosure, I do have some opinions, of which some may buck the current tone of some of the other corners of the community. Regardless, just know that I am here for a discussion, and I am here to learn. Whiskey is supposed to be fun after all, so let's see where these conversations can lead us. And my hope is that we can all gain a larger appreciation for this global community that we are a part of, and the drink that binds us together. In conclusion, thank you for taking the time to learn about me and my channel, and I hope to see you back here soon. I ask for your patience as I figure this whole YouTube thing out, and in the meantime, you can check out my blog page for more information on me and my journey at www.whiskyagainsthumanity.com. That's all one word, and you can spell whiskey with or without the E, and you'll get to the same place. So until then, cheers.